Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the last episode of the year for the Morning Chisme. How are you, sister?
I'm good. 30.
I know, 30. 30 episodes that 30, we recorded.
40, and thriving.
Dude, I'm 31.
I know, same. You know...
No, not same.
No. You're right. I'm 33.
Exactly.
Today, I was thinking how next year I'm going to turn 34, and I'm close to halfway to 40. And I just had like a little episode and like a little panic attack. Because, you know, life's been rough for me this year.
Yeah, but I mean, it's over in a few days.
Correct. And it has gotten better towards the end.
Yes, it has gotten better.
I know.
Would you like to share the news?
I got a dog.
Yes, she got a dog.
Well, it wasn't planned.
Yes.
Lady was left behind at my dad's shop. Lady is my dog's name. And, you know, she was the shop dog, and it started getting really cold, so my husband just brought her home.
Yeah.
And so now she is our dog.
She is.
Like, I'm not giving her back.
Yeah,
to the streets. Exactly.
No, and she's so cute.
She's so cute. She's, like, literally the best dog. Whoever left her behind, you lost out.
Yeah, for sure.
You're a fucking loser.
Oh, my God.
Okay, I have to, like, talk about that. Like, people that get dogs... Mm-hmm. You have to remember, it is a 15 plus or a 10 plus year commitment, okay? Mm-hmm. It's a long time commitment. You can't just give them up or throw them away whenever they don't fit your life. Like, it pisses me off, especially because I feel like a lot of dogs are gifted during the holidays. Mm-hmm. And then a couple months later, you see them, like, rehoming them or like you know, put in the shelter or being thrown away, and it's so heartbreaking.
I know.
Let's not get too deep into it because I will cry. I already have cried over Lady so many times, but
yeah, no, that's how I feel about my cat. So long story short, my cat lived outside, and she was a part of a litter of like the next door neighbors. Like, cat had babies, and Phoebe was one of the cats, and she was like, they didn't feed her, nothing. Yeah. She was just like skin and bones. She lived on top of my car, and then one day I got drunk as fuck, and I was like, you know what? This is my cat now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So some people just like don't appreciate.
Like, if you don't want an animal, that's valid. Like, if you don't want one and you say, hey, I don't want a dog because it's a 15-year plus commitment. I would completely... I respect that. I respect that, other than you get a dog, get excited, and then what? It gets sick and you want to take it to the shelter? Like, no. That's, like, so fucked up. Like, the fact that Lady lived outside... it breaks my heart.
Okay, I know, but we need to... Ended the year good.
Yes, because Lady is the best. Mm-hmm. And so... love her so much.
Yeah, she's adorable. But it's crazy. Like 30 episodes. In a span of 7 months is crazy. You know what I mean?
Was it 7 months?
Yeah, because we started in April.
We started in April?
Yeah, dude.
Dang.
What's 12 minus 4? 8 months. We'll say 8 months. And there was like a skip here and there. And
yeah, we did have skips like last week.
Yeah.
But, you know, it was the weekend right before the holidays, and it was busy.
It was very busy because, you know, I think this year has become really hard to buy gifts for people because I feel like we're in at least with our family, like, we're all adults now. So it's like, it's so hard to buy for you.
Yeah, and I think we're also in the era of, like, if I want something, I'm going to buy it for myself.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm not going to wait till Christmas. You know, like, I need it in September. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
I agree. And I think on top of that, too, nothing is that exciting anymore. Yeah. Like, we've already had the iPads, the iPods, the MacBook Pros. Like, that has all been out for so many years. Like, a tablet is not exciting nowadays, I feel. Not that if you got one, like, it's not exciting. But, like, I'm just saying, like, I feel like they've been around for so long that, like, when they first came out, they were, like, the it gift. Yeah. And now nothing really excites me unless you're going to, you know, buy me a car. You know?
Yeah.
And, like, not even that. Like, I wouldn't even... Like, I don't even need a car. You know?
Correct.
So, it's just, like... I feel like I was there for the love. The vibes.
Yeah. The laughs. We laughed a lot.
We laughed a lot because I very much felt like my gifts were, like, very skinny this year.
Yeah.
But then I was like... Too. Then I was like... But, like, who cares? Yeah. You know what I mean? It's not that serious.
It's not that serious.
And at the same time, like, if I didn't receive something that was on my list, like, I didn't give a fuck. Like...
I know. I didn't really have a list.
I didn't either. My list was, like...
Pillows.
I think my list was like makeup or an Ulta gift card, and I got that. So I was like, okay. Like, anything else was just like an extra,
an added plus.
Exactly. So
added plus It's like saying the same thing.
Yeah. I mean, unless someone gave me $100,000, that's a gift.
That is a gift.
So yeah, if you're listening, mom and dad, like next year, let's consider that.
Yeah.
But speaking of gifts and so on, have you seen the angel tree controversy on TikTok right now?
No, what is that?
So angel tree is when families like who can't afford gifts, like someone will pick up like their angel tree like list and they'll do gifts. So a lot of like angel tree recipients are complaining about like the person like not giving them the gift that they would want. And one lady was like her 3 children wanted tablets, and I'm like, I feel like it's like a big gift. You know what I mean? Like that, like a tablet is like what, $150, $200?
I don't know. I feel like they're even more expensive.
Yeah, but I'm thinking like off-brand, not Apple.
Oh, okay.
So like, yeah. So there was like a lot of controversy around that, like people being so ungrateful. But at the same time, I'm like, if you pick up a list and you get nothing that's on it, I also like, I'm looking at you weird. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, you can find like the options that are, you know, what would you say, affordable on the list. I don't think I would get someone a tablet. Like, we're all struggling out here.
Yeah, I don't think so either. But I would definitely get one of the gifts on the list.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. That's something I would definitely do.
Yeah. So, I don't know. There was like a lot of controversy around that. And then there was like also the controversy around did you see the drama between like the girls that like the rich girls that do their hauls, and then like apparently like one of the girls, like there was like a set of sisters, the Darnell sisters, who are very popular but like kind of controversial. They made a haul about all of their gifts, and some of them were not real. Like it was like Chanel, Dior, Hermes, and people were like, oh, this isn't real, they're from DHgate. There was like all this drama, and I'm
they
like,
were fake?
Yeah, apparently they were fake. And I'm like, I didn't see the issue. Like, who cares? They never said specifically in the video, like, these are real items. Yeah. But at the same time, she did say we got this from Chanel. So I'm like, okay, I do see. But people were, like, going off. Like, they were so upset about them talking about the fake gifts. And I'm like, oh, my God, it is not that serious.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's crazy watching those hauls because you're like, damn, like that's a lot of gifts. But I sit there and watch them.
Oh,
I'm like,
of course.
wow. Or like people that do, like that they do like the whole like PowerPoint presentations, like this Christmas, this is what I want. I actually love that because like then it leaves no room for questioning. Like I know that some of the gifts are like extremely expensive, but then it gives like no room to question what you can get someone for Christmas.
Yeah. No, I agree. I like send me the link. You know what I mean? Because like I don't want to have to guess what you want. If you're not gonna tell me, you're getting money. I'm sorry. Because I don't want to get you something you don't want. And like it so often happens that you give someone a gift and like it just sits there. Yeah. And like I don't want that for you or for me. Yeah. You know? But asking for crazy gifts during Christmas, I'm like, damn. You know,
I know.
We are all on different tax brackets.
I saw a TikTok where this little girl was like, "Where's my Gucci purse? Have you seen it?" I don't know if she was being serious or not, but I was like, "Dang, a Gucci purse." She was like 7.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's a one thing that I'm like, I understand why the girlies and the gays or anyone would love designer items, but like in my mind, nothing, and I mean nothing, could justify getting a Birkin. Like to me, like the fact that you have to like basically beg to get a Birkin, to be invited to get a Birkin is crazy to me.
Yeah, at that point I don't want it. Like if I have to work
to get it,
yeah, I'm not doing that.
Like I already worked to get the money, and now I have to like
work to get on this list.
Yeah, and apparently like you have to spend a certain amount before you're even invited to spend money.
How can you spend a certain amount?
So at Hermes, right, there's like other stuff. There's not just like the Birkin. So like you have to go into Hermes and like make friends.
See, that's how big of a dumbass I am, because I thought a Birkin was like its own thing. Like I didn't even know that like.
Yeah, there's like specific types of Birkins. Oh
yeah, like they have the chanclas, right? Everybody loves the Hermes chanclas.
Yeah, but you can literally get those like same chanclas
at Amazon.
On Amazon.
You know, I don't think I have a lot of designer stuff. I have one YSL bag that my husband got me a couple years ago. I absolutely love it. And you definitely can tell the different, like, quality of things. But that's, like, the one expensive designer bag that I have. And the wallet that you got me from
Monaco. Yeah.
Louis Vuitton. Is it Louis Vuitton?
Yeah.
Louis Vuitton.
Louis Vuitton. I feel like in those circumstances, I'm like, fuck yeah. Like if I'm going abroad and getting something, obviously it exists in the United States, I'm sure. But like I got, you know, a pair of sunglasses when I was in Monaco, I think from Prada. And I was like, okay, this is a cool experience. Like let me get something. But no, in no way would I ever, if I had the money, because I don't have $30,000 to $80,000 just sitting around. Okay,
that's how much one purse
is, dude. Yes, there's like a specific Himalayan Birkin that's like 150 grand.
The Kardashians have a lot of Birkins,
yes, and
right?
So does Jeffree Star.
Oh my gosh. Well, they're rich. I don't even think about Birkins because I know it's out of my reach.
Yeah, but like I just think it's so wild that it's like an exclusive club that you have to be a part of. Like you have to have like a certain, it's a status symbol. Okay, like having the bag is not about having the bag. It's about the other people.
Yeah, it's about the fact that like you were able to buy the bag.
Yes, and now people are looking at you like you were able to buy the bag. And
that's
so
crazy.
Recently, Walmart came out with their version of the Birkin. Okay,
Walmart.
People are calling it the Workin, and it looks obviously it's not the same craftsmanship. Right. It's not the same effort. Like, you know what I mean? The Birkin is timeless, but it's crazy because now people are saying like, if people dupe the Birkin, like now people are going to think like you got that one from Walmart. So like that status of the Birkin and the exclusivity, like, is it going to be taken away because of this Workin?
Why do they think too much into it? Just let people get the work in.
Yeah, I know. And I mean, I will say I was very curious. I went on Walmart.com and I bought it.
I want to see it.
Yeah, because I want to see it. I want to see what it looks like. I've never seen a Birkin up close.
Yeah, so let me see the Workin.
Yeah, and it's the only one I'll be able to afford. It was $100, and it's like a laptop bag kind of vibe.
Interesting. And a lot of these like dupes, they're great purses, and they like they work. Yeah, and I feel like, why not? Yeah,
and I just think like sometimes like designer, I'm like, why is this Balenciaga tank top $180?
I know, you can get it up from fucking Target.
Yeah, it's crazy
10.
to me. Like the name of something is so heavy that it carries like this item to like extreme levels of prices. It's crazy to me. And maybe I just like don't get like fashion like that, but like I just could never spend $30,000 on a purse.
To me, I would understand if, like, at least for clothes, like if you can see that this specific piece of clothing looks different, but like a tank top, like those Balenciaga tank tops that came out that one time, I was like, these are white, like wife beaters. Like,
yeah, it's crazy. You can get a 5-pack at Walmart. I don't know. It's just, for me, I'm like, 30 grand for a purse is wild, and that's on the lower end.
Do you think because we can't afford it?
No, of course it's because I'm broke. Like, it's not because if 30,000,
but if I was rich, I don't think I would buy a $30,000 purse.
Yeah, but if 30,000 was really $30 to you, maybe you would.
Interesting. But we might never get accepted now that we talked shit.
I mean, I think the only item that I've ever purchased from Hermes was a lipstick.
Oh, you love that.
And that bitch lived with me for 4 years. Like, it was the best. I will say it was the best lipstick I've ever had. So I do get the hype. It was $87 for a lipstick. Okay.
Oh my gosh, you're one step closer to the Birkin.
I know. I've made a purchase. But it's just, to me, I'm just like, maybe it's because I have a middle class mentality. You know, maybe that one day I'm making millions and millions, like, 30 grand for a Birkin, it's nothing. That's just like a few coins for me. So maybe my mind will be changed. I am open to the possibility.
I'm very open to the possibility.
Yeah.
I need to be successful.
Of course.
And that rich.
Being rich is not an option. Like, it has to happen for me. Like, 35 and up, I will be living a large life. You won't see it, but there will be signs.
There will be signs.
Like, if you see me never driving again. See, to me, okay, the Birkin, 30 grand, right? Chauffeur. A chauffeur. If I have a chauffeur, just know I fucking made it. Okay? That is my goal in life. To never set foot in a driver's seat again. Dang. I don't want to be in the driver's seat. I don't want to be in the passenger seat. I want to be in the back of a black Escalade being driven by someone.
Escalade.
Yes.
Fancy.
Yes. That's like when I was able to start affording black Uber Black, I was like, okay, I'm a step closer.
Interesting stuff. Yeah, I mean, for everybody, their luxuries look a little bit different. Some people like purses. Some people like designer items. You would get a driver.
Absolutely. To me, that would be the best investment because, like, never driving again would be so lit to me.
Honestly, I remember thinking, like, when Justin Timberlake got the DWI, or when any celebrity really gets a DWI, I'm like, damn, why don't you have a driver?
Exactly. Like I would never drive again.
Yeah. Like, you literally have the world at your hands.
And why you got a DWI.
I know, in a car.
You were driving.
Yeah, like, why are you driving?
Even if that, like, you can afford all the Uber Blacks.
Exactly. Or, you know, a fucking limo or something. Like, some sort of, like, car service. If you're like, I'm Justin Timberlake, I need a car service. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I would be like Big from Sex and the City.
Yeah.
He never drives. He always has a car.
Yes.
Like, if you get a DWI as a celebrity, that is crazy to me.
Yeah.
Because you have the world at your feet and you should never be driving if you're drinking. Well, you shouldn't be driving if you're drinking normally. But I almost understand, like, to a certain degree, like, people who are, like, you know, not as rich. But, like, still, like, an Uber is $30. A DWI is a lot more expensive.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that would be my form of wealth.
Yeah.
So next year for Christmas, if y'all want to get me a chauffeur, that would be so lit. Oh my God. I would be living large. Like I said, there will be signs.
That would be your Birkin.
Yeah, that would be my Birkin. What would be your Birkin?
I don't know. Probably just travel the world. That would be my Birkin.
Yeah, would you ever want to go on a cruise?
I'm scared of the contained space. Like, I get car sick in the back seat.
Yeah.
You know? So, like, on a cruise, like...
Yeah, I think for me, the cruise portion is, like, you can literally not leave.
Yeah, like, you can't go... Like,
it's an optional jail in my eyes.
Yeah. Where you have... Apparently, cruises are lit as fuck, though.
Yeah, Chris told me. He was like, let's go on a cruise. And I was like, no.
You're scared?
Yes.
Of getting seasick?
No. Of getting stuck. Like... You know what I mean?
Like, in the ocean? Like, Titanic vibes?
It's just, I think the portion of thinking it through, that's what gets me. Like you'd...
Yeah, and then you're like... It's because we've seen a lot of, like, deep sea TikToks.
Yeah. Like, there's pirates.
Yeah, they can take over the cruise ship?
Yes, dude. Yes. I've seen it on TikTok. Like, that's just, like, not my style. And I think the fact that I can't leave... If I'm going somewhere and I have no exit route, I cannot go. Like... this is how, like, crazy I am. Everywhere I go, anywhere I go, I need to know where all the exits are. I will not be taken. I will not be killed in those moments if I have, like, obviously my say. You know, like, I have to be as prepared as possible. You never know what's going to happen. Like, you never know if someone's going to go crazy on the cruise ship. Like, people, like, throw themselves overboard. Like...
They could throw you overboard?
Yeah. And, like, the thing is, like, it's like falling on concrete. Like, from very high up.
Damn, I hadn't thought about it like that. So, no cruises for me.
I think a cruise is a kind of situation. It's like, if I want to explore that country, why wouldn't I just fly to it? But then again, flying.
Yeah, really, you have to pick your worst case scenarios. I'm a worst case scenario, too.
Yeah, and I think that all of these... Like, exactly, like, you have to pick which one, like, you're okay with.
Yeah, they
like,
all stem from... generational trauma.
I think it's just like a cruise. It's like, okay, like, if I can't, and then if you don't make it back, all your shit's on the cruise. And, like, I would be like, okay, we get off, we're in Aruba.
Yeah, you would be like,
okay, we have there's 3 hours left, we have to leave now.
Yeah, we would not have a good time.
No, because then you can't get drunk, like, in a moment of, like, oh, calmness. Like, it would be like a constant, like, anxiety drunk, because it's like, we have to be back in 3 hours, we have to be back in 2 hours, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then you see these people running on the plank, like, running, they're like, wait, and they can't get on.
The ship's not gonna wait.
Yeah, it's not gonna wait for you.
Yeah,
it's like being late for a plane.
I'm always late.
Well, then we can't take you.
Yeah, but I have thought about it.
You have thought about a cruise.
Yeah.
Well, maybe that would help you. Maybe if you got left behind, you'll realize how being on time is really important.
I have done better.
You really have. I will say 2024, although it wasn't your best year, you have become more punctual. And that's something that, like, I really want to applaud you on, because, like,
thank you.
You're really bad at it.
Yeah. You know, I don't know what to say. I just suck at being punctual, which I'm going to do even better in 2025.
Do you think it has anything to do with the fact that, like, you
Don't care.
No, I don't think it's that. I think that you just like overestimate how quickly you get ready.
Yeah, I'm always like, oh, I can get ready in 10 minutes. And it's in fact not 10 minutes, it's 30.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, get it going.
I know.
Speaking of getting it going, we're just yapping along. But you know what? We missed you guys.
Yeah,
it's been some time.
A while.
It's been some time.
It's been a while since.
Is that Nickelback?
Is it? I thought it was Stain.
Okay. Sorry, before we start into the stories, I just have to talk about this. I have been in my psychological thriller era.
Okay, love that.
Because I need to take a break from reality TV. Okay? I told myself.
Telling you.
I have been through so many reality TV shows, and Chris is like, okay, like we need to change the page. Like, bitch, like we need to like start watching other things. So we have HBO Max, you know, we've been paying like a fucking arm and a leg for HBO Max. Cause you know, it's expensive.
Why don't you use parents' account?
I don't know.
Your name, you literally have a profile.
I do.
Yes.
Okay, well, let me tell. Chris has been paying for it. It wasn't even me paying for it. So, like, I will switch that over. But I have been watching psychological thrillers on HBO Max and Netflix. I watched The Undoing.
I'm currently watching that.
Very good. Very good.
Nicole Kidman.
I'm watching Flight Attendant.
Love that one. Kayla Cuoco. How do you say it?
Cuoco. I think that's how you say it. Kaylee. And I just watched Fractured on Netflix. Have you seen it?
What is Fractured about?
Okay, so I'm so happy you asked. So this man and his wife and his daughter are driving home from Thanksgiving, okay? So in the conversation that they're having on the way home, you can see that their relationship is kind of like, you know, there's a lot of going on in their marriage. They stop at a rest stop. Their daughter falls into a construction pit, right? So then they have to rush the daughter to the hospital. They're at the hospital. The doctor's like, hey, we need to get, you know, additional tests done because, you know, there could be more to this. They take her to another floor, but only the mom can go. Only one person can go. The dad's like, okay, you can go with her. Then he's waiting hours. He goes to ask like the front desk lady. He's like, hey, how long is it going to be? When is my family going to come back? And she's like, oh, your daughter's not at this hospital. Like, there's no record of the daughter at the hospital.
Why are there so many movies where they're like, oh, like your daughter doesn't exist?
Yeah. And then there's a huge plot twist at the end that I was not expecting. So like this whole time you're like watching it and you're like, oh my God, the hospital's involved. And then at the end you figure out like if they're involved or not. And I'm not going to tell you because you need to watch it.
I'll watch it. Netflix?
Yes, Netflix.
I'll get on that tonight. Those kind of movies, I'm just like, you could never fucking... I will scream and yell and screech and I will gnaw your fucking eyes out. Like, I will... No, you're not going to make me feel like I'm dumb.
Yeah, like gaslight me.
Yeah.
Damn.
These gaslighting movies are insane.
Yeah.
I'm watching The Undoing because you told me to watch it on HBO. And I'm just like, who's gaslighting me here?
Right?
You know, first of all, we got this lady's whole coochie is out.
I know. I was like, HBO Max?
HBO Max. Like, I saw Bush.
Barbara Bush was there.
Yeah.
I don't like to say just Bush. I say Barbara Bush.
I was just like, this is a lot. But anyways, great show if you guys are looking for a short series, I guess.
Yeah, it's like a mini series. It's like 6 episodes. It's really good. It's on HBO Max. And it's with Nicole Kidman.
And Hugh Grant.
Yeah.
So
anything that Nicole Kidman touches is gold. Anything.
I know. Have you heard of her new movie, Baby Girl, or something like that?
Yeah, it's in the movie theater.
Yeah. Apparently, it's like very exotic.
I heard. I haven't seen anything about it.
I want to watch it.
You want to watch it?
Yes.
Then go watch it. Let me know.
I will let you know.
Okay. Yeah. But another one, just one more before we go on to the topics. Blink Twice. That shit had me fucked up the entire time.
I need to watch it. What is that on?
So it's on Amazon Prime. I actually just bought it for $3.99. So you can just like watch it because I have 48 hours left. And it's with Channing Tatum. It's Zoe Kravitz. She directed the movie. Yeah. She wrote the movie. She
wrote the movie.
Yes, dude. And it's based loosely on true events. So when I started watching it, I had not seen the trailer, nothing. But I was like, okay, everyone's been raving about this movie. It came out in August. Channing Tatum, whatever. I was... At first, you're like confused as fuck, and you're like, what is even going on? So it's basically these two best friends. They meet this billionaire who had just gotten like off of accusations of SA, and they go to his private island. And everything seems fun and great until it starts to not feel fun and great, but they can't figure out why it's not fun and great. And then you start to see things unravel, and you're like, what the fuck? And people are saying, allegedly, this is a big allegedly, that this is like loosely based on like Epstein Island and like Diddy and like a bunch of other stuff. And it's very intense.
I will be watching that tonight as well.
Very intense. The last like 20 minutes, you're like, wait. It was just like crazy. I was like, okay, like I need to watch something happy or I'm going to dream about weird shit. And then I ended up dreaming about weird shit because, I watched all these movies.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
If you're looking for recommendations, Blink Twice, The Undoing, and Flight Attendant on HBO Max. And then what was the other one? Fractured on Netflix, which was just phenomenal. But let's get into it.
Okay.
Speaking of crazy shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Speaking of crazy shit.
I watched It Ends With Us the other day because I wanted to understand because Blake Lively is now suing Justin Baldoni.
Correct. And I'm not going to lie, I was not expecting the news. I mean, obviously we didn't film the podcast last week and that's whenever it happened. Mm-hmm. But for some reason, I thought that maybe we had just left that behind. Mm-hmm. I thought that like, okay, everything was finally coming to like peace with that. Cause it was a lot of that when the movie came out.
Yeah, exactly.
And then bam, Blake Lively is suing Justin Baldoni for sexual harassment. And I'm not going to lie. I know that it's innocent until found guilty.
Yeah.
Or proven guilty. Mm-hmm. But the way that I believe that man is insane. He fooled the fuck out of me.
Yeah.
I will say that.
I think that Blake Lively, I think that there's something about her that's very unlikable. And I think that because she's unlikable as a person, at least from my perspective, before all this came out, people were like, oh, she's just really annoying. Mm-hmm. I can see how he's in the right.
Yeah.
And that's like a really fucked up thing that people do to women. And I think that's something that I want to know because I also was like, she's annoying. Yeah, I can see a world.
I was very much Team Justin, so I do apologize for that.
Yeah. And I think that when this came out, it put things in perspective, right?
Yeah.
Like the cast wouldn't do press with him. Why is that? And there was a lot in that lawsuit claim.
And he literally was like, I'm going to, market this movie the way that it's supposed to be marketed, right? Like, mostly about DV. Mm-hmm. And, a lot of people fell for it.
Yeah, because in the lawsuit claim, there was a whole portion of the marketing plan that was backed by his studio because that's who was producing the movie. Yeah. So it was like the plan was set. Everyone was supposed to promote the movie as like a hopeful story in the which, Blake Lively and everybody else talked about it that way. And then he went off and did something completely different because he wanted an explanation of why the cast wasn't, doing press with him because the cast refused to do press with him.
Because they knew what he had done to Blake?
Because they knew what a menace he was on set, allegedly. And some of the things that were in the lawsuit, and I do think that everyone should read it. It was 80 pages. I read every single page on that claim. And there is a lot in there. Yeah. But now, as of yesterday, it's coming out. It's been said that he's coming out with a countersuit and that it's going to shock everyone. And I think this is going to get so messy.
It's going to get so ugly. It's going to get so ugly. And, I just did not expect this.
Yeah. And I mean, a lot of people are also vocalizing their support for Blake. Like, he lost an award.
He lost a co-host for his podcast.
He also, he was dropped by his talent agency. Sony, who was also backing the movie, I think they were also a part of like the process of the movie. They came out in support of Blake Lively. SAG-AFTRA also came out in support of Blake Lively. So like, cast members, the guy that plays Atlas, Brendan Sklenar and Jenny Slate also came out in support of Blake Lively. So
Colleen Hoover.
Yes. So a lot of support is going to Blake Lively, which makes me wonder when he comes out with his suit, like, will people change their mind? Will they fully support Blake still? Like, what's going to happen? Because I do think this is going to be the start of a very messy situation.
Yes, where one of them will, in my opinion, definitely be canceled.
Yeah.
And I think it's going to be him.
Yeah, I mean,
that's the route that is going right now. So unless he comes with something hard, like proof, like some hard evidence, I don't know. Like, I don't know.
Yeah. I think this is going to be so messy.
It's going to start 2025 extremely messy.
Yeah, and also on top of that, I'm like, I watched the movie and I'm like, I feel like now the movie's like kind of the point of the movie itself is so tainted because like there's all this drama attached to
surrounding it.
And there was some wild things claimed in there by her that like he would walk into her, you know, dressing room like while she was, you know, breastfeeding. Like he would try to tell her that he could talk to dead people and her dad just passed away. Like there was a lot of shit in there. Yeah. Like, and then there was the text messages with the publicist and the Price's PR team. Basically them saying, you know, it's kind of sad that we can bury a woman because of like today's like culture or whatever. And I don't know, it was just very messy. Yeah. Very messy. And I think that
at the end of the day, whether you like Blake Lively or not, two things can be true at once. You can dislike her, but also she was the victim. She did go through these things when it comes to the lawsuit and what she filed against Justin Baldoni and his production company. Is it a production company?
Yeah, I think it's like a studios. Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
and no one has came out and supported him.
Yeah, I haven't seen anyone like at least like someone that was like would make a difference. I feel like I haven't seen anyone that's like a large celebrity or anything,
or anyone in general.
I don't think there's anyone in general. Yeah, too.
I mean, I think this is very.
Yeah, I mean the fans. There's been a lot of people who do not believe Blake Lively. There's people like, oh, she made it up. I'm like, okay, girl, she can be annoying and also be honest. Yeah, you know. And I think that that's the part that gets lost with some people is like they're so one-dimensional in thinking that like only one thing can be true, but like multiple things can be true at once. Like I don't think that the movie was marketed in itself like as it should have been. Like the market plan that was set in general was a bad one. Like why would you ever want to not market this movie for what it was, which is domestic violence? Yeah. However, I don't think that her businesses should have been involved in the movie market as well, but that doesn't take away from what happened. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and that's the reality of things.
Well, she marketed as blah, blah, blah. So, like, why would she be sexually harassed? And I'm like, oh, my God. Yeah. We need to start thinking, like...
Yeah. And that's what I said. Multiple things can be true at once. Like, you cannot like her, but also...
Believe her.
Believe that this happened to her. Yeah. But I'm curious to see what more comes out.
Oh, because there's going to be more.
Yeah. And I feel like this is going to go on for a lot of 2025. Yeah. Because it's not going to be something that just...
And also people are saying like, oh, she did this to save her reputation. I feel like this puts more like of her like through shit. Like you know what I mean? Like for her to like have to dig up.
But I see a lot of people saying things like apparently like somewhere in the lawsuit it said that she couldn't go places and like she was like bedridden for a while. Did you read that in the lawsuit? Yeah. And then people were like, well, I saw her on the red carpet doing this and this and this. So like it's also like the fact that they're celebrities and they're public celebrities that have been doing things that it's like, okay, like don't write that down in the lawsuit because you did go to this premiere, you know, or things like, you know, some people are saying now it makes sense when Ryan Reynolds was on set all the time, but people are like, if that's what's happening to her, then why didn't Ryan step up? So it's like a lot of people are saying like it's been a little this or that situation. So
I've also heard if this actually happened, why wouldn't she stop and leave the movie? Why should she have to? Like, you know what I mean? That's like saying like if you're getting sexually harassed at work, then why didn't you quit your job? Yeah. Like that's not, I don't like that. But I do understand there's multiple truths here. Yeah. And I think we're going to get more to the story and I think it's going to be messy. Yeah. And I don't think we've seen the end.
No, I think that we've seen a fraction.
Yeah. I mean, January 2nd.
Of the iceberg.
The iceberg? What did you say?
Iceberg.
On January 2nd, apparently they're going to be releasing the lawsuit.
Oh,
or their claim, their countersuit.
Damn. Starting 2025 strong.
I know.
That's what? This week?
That's like a few days.
Oh my God. That's crazy.
Yeah, and Justin Baldoni's lawyer made a statement about how like in his 30 years of being a lawyer, he's never seen something like this fucked up. And I'm like, damn. So could it be that the tides will turn?
Damn.
I don't know.
A lot of people are comparing this to Johnny Depp and Amber Heard.
Yeah, I've seen that too. I will say about that, and I don't want to go too deep into it because I feel like this is a longer conversation, and it wasn't a part of today's, notes. I feel like there is a lot that was missed during this period.
Of Johnny and Amber.
Mm-hmm.
I agree.
I think that people destroyed and battered emotion, like social media and all that stuff, like took a big portion of why like Amber Heard was so brought down. I think that we need to look at like the details of everything. Mm-hmm. And I'm not saying that she didn't do things wrong. Like, that's not what I'm saying. But I think that did the punishment fit the crime? Because I feel like people were crazy on her.
Well, I think a lot of people like go ham on celebrities sometimes. Like, there's like they will fucking beat them senseless with comments and things, and you know.
Yeah. I mean, I can imagine like how that felt.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of it also had to do with like social media. Like, I feel like people build a perception. And there is also the fact that like Melissa Nathan, the crisis PR for Justin Baldoni, was a part of Johnny Depp's team at the time. So could that open a conversation for something else?
Yeah. And we've seen that already.
Yeah. So, I mean,
it's like the door is like slowly creeping open.
Yeah. I do want to say, I don't think we're as progressive as we claim to be. Not you and I. I'm just talking about people in general. I think that people still blame women a lot. Yeah. And I think that 2024 has shown me that like women are still going to be blamed and thrown into the trenches, and it's never going to be the same for a man.
Yeah. And I've realized that I can be fooled.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's also like to look at
played.
Yeah, to look internally too. Like, why did I believe that? Why did I think that? Why did I justify that? I also think that sometimes too. Like, it showed me, this situation kind of showed me like I still need to do a lot of work with myself, because I fully believe Justin Baldoni.
I believe Justin Baldoni like with. Yeah, like I was just like, damn. And so when all this came out and I read, part of the lawsuit, and then you read the whole lawsuit and explained to me, I was like, oh, I'm easily played. Like, I just believe this man. Why? Because he's good looking.
Yeah, like what did he do that made me, like, he portrayed himself as a feminist? Like,
I know he played everyone.
Yeah.
But then again, I do want to see what his lawsuit says.
Yeah.
Not because I have his back, because he already played me. Bitch, I was played. I had this man's back. And a lot of people did too. So, but I'm curious to see what, his lawsuit is going to say, if it's, some shocking revelations like the lawyers claiming is going to be. So. Yeah,
no, for sure. I'm going to read it.
Yeah.
Something that's also kind of shocking to me, this whole Ariana Grande, Ethan Slater thing had been put to bed.
It had been put to bed.
And people had their thoughts, but Wicked came out and people started to, the tide started to turn on Ariana Grande.
Yeah, everything was working.
Yeah.
It was like, everything else was kind of like forgotten.
And then, Dr. Lily J, she decided to write an article for The Cut. And the article she didn't bash Ariana Grande or Ethan Slater. She didn't, say anything.
And you read the article.
Yes. She didn't say anything horrible about them. But, like, at the same time, she was very careful with her words. And it's because also, I think in her, divorce settlement, it was agreed that she couldn't say too much. She had to sign, like, some sort of form that says, like, hey, you can't, like, speak too much about it. Yeah.
I would not sign it.
I know, but I mean, she has a child with this man. Like,
I don't give a damn. I would sing like a bird.
I know, and I think I'm sure she wants to a certain degree, but like,
are those papers sometimes forever? Or do they have
I think it's some sort of NDA of some sort.
Like, after a certain amount of years, though, you can start yodeling.
I don't know. I think there's like contingencies.
That's so annoying. I want to know everything.
I know, but she she wrote in the in the article, like, about her divorce to a certain degree and, like, how it made her feel. And obviously, like, she was blindsided.
Yeah.
And people are like, well, if they were technically separated, it is not a problem. I think that justification is crazy because, like, she had just had a baby.
Yeah.
She had imagined her entire life with this man. She had moved to London. Do you think she would really move to London for a man who she's been married to?
For a baby?
For, like, something, you know what I mean? Like, she moved over there to help make his dreams come true.
Yeah.
And now he's doing her dirty. Like, why are you not going home after work and hanging out with your wife who just had a baby?
And your baby.
You know? And she's, like, already dealing with postpartum and so on. And, like, to go through, you know, a divorce to someone who's now dating one of the most famous people on the planet. And don't get me wrong, I love Ariana Grande's music and her work.
I've seen so many videos being like, I love Ariana Grande, but one thing that girl's gonna do is take your man.
Yeah, so
I've
she's
seen
like,
so many TikToks like that.
I think it's also like a pattern of behavior with Ariana Grande, and I feel like her fans just defend her to no end.
I think that it's the same thing with the whole Blake Lively situation. I think that two things can be true at once. Like, Ariana Grande is an amazing artist. She's extremely talented, but this is a repeated behavior. Like, this, she has done this not once, not twice. I don't even think 3 times. Like, this has gone on multiple times, and she's amazing. She's an amazing actress, amazing performer, an amazing artist. That doesn't take away from that. But she has, this is like a track record for her, I guess.
Yeah, and then people are like, well, why are we blaming Ariana Grande? Why are we not blaming Ethan Slater? I'm like, Ethan Slater can choke because that is so fucked up to do.
Yeah, and I think that you can expect it from a man. You know, we talked about this with the whole Cristian Nodal and Angel Aguilar and Casu thing. Like, we expect men to do fucked up shit. You would think that a girl is gonna have like a girl's back.
100%. And I think that that's also something that's like weird about the situation. Like, Ariana Grande apparently like met her baby. Like, I would fucking set the world on fire.
You know, I just like realized that like they get together, like that's her stepchild.
Yeah, that has to be hard.
Oh my God, I could not.
Yeah, it's difficult. So I think that Dr. Lily J really handle herself very classy.
Yeah.
If she had crashed out, if she had gone and burned everything to the fucking ground, if she had gone and talked to every fucking media station, every podcast, if she had dragged Ethan and Ariana through the fucking coals, I would have been okay with it because I cannot imagine the level of pain that she felt.
Yeah, and that's another thing, right? Like, society expects women to not crash out, to keep it classy. But like, if they did crash out, it would be understandable. Like, put yourself in their shoes. Like, if that happened to me, a bat would be taken
to his face.
Several people.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And the thing is, in the article, she also said, like,
and I'm not condoning violence, but you know what I mean. Like, it's just like,
I think also in the article, she was talking about how like she used to be invisible, and now her life is like, the details of her life are on the internet.
Yeah,
and she's a doctor, so she's like, my patients are gonna see this, like, you know what I mean?
Goodness,
so that's why
so
she doesn't want to be fucking psychotic, and obviously because she has a child too. But it's just crazy. Like, you can be done so fucking dirty, and people are still gonna justify the people that did you dirty, because they're so fucking talented. And of course, I think Ethan Slater is more wrong than Ariana Grande.
Absolutely.
But that does not mean that Ariana is not wrong too.
Yeah.
And I think she is wrong, and she can be talented at the same time.
Yeah. Two things can be true at once.
I don't know. Dr. Lily J, like, my hats off to her because this article, like, if you get a second, read it. It's so sad, but so beautifully written. And she did not drag them in the slightest, but we know.
Yeah.
We know.
Well, yeah.
Like, she's writing that article in pain.
Yeah.
But, you know, it was very well written. She's a classy lady.
And it's been a year now, right? Like, it's been like a year?
Yeah. I think it's like been a year. But, like, I don't know. And then apparently Ariana Grande and Ethan Slater were, like, said something through, like, their people that, like, they're very grateful that Lily J didn't drag them in this article. And I'm like, she didn't have to drag you because we know what you did.
And, like, I'm so sorry.
I know what you're going to say.
I'm so sorry. But Ethan Slater,
I'm so
sorry. Like, if this was Theo James, I'd be like, okay, like, you fucked up, but I get it. I understand. Ethan Slater.
That's wild to me.
It's wild work. And quite frankly, and did you hear that apparently, like, she cheated on him with Jim Carrey?
What?
Yes.
Jim Carrey? He's like 60.
Okay, it doesn't matter. Someone said that was like a little thing going on TikTok for a while. And I was like, how sure are we of this?
It's coming back to me. I believe I've seen this. Jim Carrey.
Yeah, like that she has a thing, like she's planning on leaving Ethan soon, and that
for Jim Carrey?
Yeah.
Wow. That's crazy.
You know, little note. Obviously, Jim Carrey plays the Grinch. And I saw a video the other day, not a video, like a meme that was like, the wildest part about the Grinch is that throughout the entire movie, he had his ass out. And I cannot get over that.
I've never been able to see the Grinch again without thinking that.
Yeah, like his ass is out the entire time.
His crack.
Yeah.
We need to talk about the male crack. Like, the male crack is always out. Why are people's cracks out?
I know. One, like, slight move of my... First of all, I don't wear low-rise jeans. So, like, my crack will never be out. You will never see my crack out because...
I don't know why, but the crack just makes me laugh. Like, why is there... Can you not feel your crack out?
I know. And when people, like, have about, like, you know, like, when people have longer cracks, right?
Why'd you say it like
because
that?
some people have longer cracks.
Yeah.
And then, like, they bend down or something, right? And you see, like, 2 to 3 inches of crack. I just, like, how do you not... How do you not?
Yeah. How do you not feel that?
How do you not feel that? And, like, how are you... Or, like, when people just walk with their crack out... their crack out. I'm just like, why don't you pull your pants up? Do you enjoy this? Do you not feel it?
I feel this comes mostly from men.
Yeah, I've never seen a woman's crack. Well, I mean, I'm sure I have, but, like, men, it's like the ratio is like 10 to 1.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's not cute. It's not a good look. Let's bring back high-waisted pants for men. Like,
yeah.
You know,
I don't even think they were ever a thing.
Well, you know, why not?
Let's start.
Yeah, let's start. Like, why?
Yeah. The crack is a very interesting part of the body. You
could be the most put together, good looking person, and then your crack is out, and I'm gonna think you smell.
I know, but what does that have to do with smelling?
I don't know. I just think of crack and I think of stink.
Yeah, the crack is a wild. Now that we keep saying crack, it's like sounding weird.
Yeah.
How do you say crack in Spanish?
I don't know.
How do you say it? I need to know. I can't think of... How do you say crack?
I don't know.
Let me Google it. Hold on. Maria, think. I feel like we know deep down. How
do you say butt crack in Spanish?
You say butt crack.
Let's put butt crack, because if not, they're going to think it's crack.
What?
Oh, what does it say?
Grieta a tope. I've never heard that.
Línea del culo?
Oh my god.
I don't know.
Oh my god. Línea del culo is crazy. That's crazy.
What else? How else do you say butt crack?
Okay, línea del culo. Anyway, please keep your crack in your pants. Thank you so much. Next, Daddy Yankee and Mirelis.
Dude, I really thought that they were gonna have like a peaceful divorce.
Yeah, we even said like we don't feel like she's kind of the, like to put it all out there. We jinxed
it. We were like, yeah, no, she would never do that. He would never do that. They're gonna be so peaceful. And now they're suing each other. He apparently so she tried to steal $100 million from him, or like not steal, take. Transfer without his knowledge.
Yeah, so it's not really steal because she had the access to it.
Yeah. So I know that she can... Do you think... No, she didn't get away with the technicality because apparently he won.
And they don't have a prenup, apparently.
Well, yeah, they were young.
I don't think prenups were a thing when they got married.
I know. It's been so long ago.
Yeah. I mean, she has to have done it for a reason. She feels like she deserves the money.
Yes. And it makes you wonder. I'm not saying that Daddy Yankee is guilty here in any shape, way, or form, but why is she acting this way? Why does she ask for the divorce? If she's going to steal the money, I want her to let me know what happened here.
Yeah, and I do feel like we're going to get more details on that.
Yeah. I do think so, too. I think that it's slowly going to start coming out. I feel like 2025 is going to be a year of lawsuits, okay?
Yeah.
Like, geez.
People are just suing each other.
I know.
And, like, suing is, like, not cheap.
Yeah.
Like, it's not a cheap process. So, I feel like when people sue, they sue for a reason.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So, I'm very curious to see what happens with them. Like, I hate that they're, like, ending in such a bad way.
Especially all of this going on throughout the holidays.
Yeah.
Like, he was seen arriving with his son to court. So, it's like, are the kids taking sides? Because, you know, their kids are older and they can understand. It's not like they're, like, 2 or 3, you know? Mm-hmm. So, it's like, it makes you wonder, like, are the kids taking sides? How is this going to go down with their family? I really thought that it was going to go down peacefully, but I guess we'll just have to see.
Yeah. No, for sure. I guess we're going to have to wait and see what happens, you guys. But speaking of next year, exciting news.
Exciting news.
Bad Bunny coming out with a new album on January 5th. How do we feel?
I am so excited because it's giving, and nothing against his trap album, his most recent album. I loved it. But there's something about Benito when he's like really within his roots. You know what I mean? And I feel like this album is gonna give that. And I could be wrong. Okay, it's gonna be called Debí Tirar Más Fotos, and it comes out January 5th. And there's 2 songs already out: El Club and Pitorro de Coco. And I love, and I feel like the vibe of this album is going to be very Latino, very Puerto Riqueño. You know what I mean? And I'm just like really excited for it.
Yeah. No, I think it's going to be great. I think that I like the turnaround time. I like that he announced it and it's going to come out soon. I hate when they give us like a 3-month period. No, I need to know next week. Yeah. And it's coming out in literally like a week.
Yeah.
So I'm pumped.
On next Sunday.
So we'll be talking about it next Sunday.
Oh my God, yeah.
I know. I'm pumped. I feel like this year is going to be Rauw Alejandro and Bad Bunny's year. Both of them.
And I'm really excited for that.
Yeah. I think it's going to be good. I think that Bad Bunny... I also agree with the comment about the last album. It wasn't my favorite. It doesn't mean it wasn't a masterpiece of work.
Yeah.
But for me, it wasn't my favorite. So I'm really excited to see what he comes out with.
Me too. And, you know, this could potentially mean that he's going to go on tour.
Yeah, I know, bitch.
And it has you reminiscing, okay? Because we've been to his 3 tours.
3?
Yeah, his 3 tours.
Oh, yeah.
And, we had a grand old time.
We did.
And Bad Bunny... One thing about him is he knows how to put on a show, okay? Yes. He is such an amazing artist. So if we do get a tour from him in 2025, that would be chef's kiss. And a lot of people are saying, no, maybe he'll do one in 2026. But I think because of how early on the album's coming out, I think that we could potentially get a tour in 2025, which I'm here for it. One thing that I have learned to love, because I wasn't really like a concert goer before you. I love going to concerts. We have the best time. And Rauw Alejandro and Bad Bunny in the same year would be
iconic. I'm pumped. I think it's also like you were right. Like he's releasing it in the very beginning of the year. Yeah, I could see a end of the year tour, like
starting in September.
Yeah, October.
August. Yeah.
It's gonna be fucking great, and that's gonna be at the end of like Rauw Alejandro's like U.S. tour, so it'd be like perfect. Oh my God, I need that to happen. I need that to happen. I'm pumped, and I'm excited to see also who's gonna be featured in this album.
Do you think that Rauw Alejandro would be in one of his songs since he was in one of his?
Because he was in his, I don't know, but if they do, I would love a joint album.
Oh yeah,
oh my God.
We've talked about this. I've literally said that 2 fucking episodes ago. Rauw Alejandro and Bad Bunny, if they came out with a little EP, okay, a little 4 songs, like when Bad Bunny came out with the album with J Balvin, I need the same thing with Rauw Alejandro. Okay? Yes, I think that would be because the songs that they have made together so far have been masterpieces. Like they are so good. You know who also? Or like a little album between Bad Bunny and Fade.
Oh my God, I know.
Or Fade and Rauw Alejandro.
Why can't they do a trio?
Yes.
That would be lit. I was about to say a threesome, but that's not what I meant. But they would be iconic together.
Iconic, yeah. It's they're just such amazing artists, and not just they're amazing artists individually, but when you put them together, they really do work so well together. Whether you like the artist or not, you can tell that they just it just goes well. You know?
No, for sure. But very excited to see. We're getting this soon. I'm pumped. Will there be a tour announcement? I guess we're gonna have to wait and see.
Yeah, I'm excited though.
But next we have Kazu's new song. Okay, this was so much better than I expected. Not that I didn't think it was gonna be great.
Yeah.
But I was like, she's fire.
Kazu's so talented.
Yes.
Okay, so she announced that she was coming out with a song. It came out like a day later, a day or two later. It's called La Cueva. And I can truly say this, at least from my opinion, that this was not Kazu singing the song. This was Julieta. Okay, this was her singing the song. There was a lot of hurt. The music video was beautiful, and she essentially, and this is crazy because I had said I want Kazu to come out with new music to where she kind of talks about what happened with Cristian Nodal and Angel Aguilar. And she said, you know what, I'm gonna give y'all a song right from the start. And she talks about, you know, the music video in itself, it's like a home burning down, right? And, you know, in the song she talks about how, you know, she was there for him, like, I took you out of this dark place, like, it just like being the woman. And there's a part where she says how are you gonna feel like after like women can't like other, let me look it up because I had the song on repeat. Did you like the song? Yes,
it was beautiful.
She says oh, sorry, not me. She's like, what are you gonna do? Who are you gonna try to convince when I'm done flourishing and I'm done, you know, hurting, you're gonna try to come back? Or who are you, like, what are you gonna do in the morning when the nostalgia can no longer be covered by a woman? Like, you know, and she says
when all the dust settles.
Yeah, when all the dust settles, like, what are you gonna do? And then she also says, you know, if you're gonna try to come back, you're not gonna be able to come back. Good. Like, she really said, you know, I don't know if this was a thought for you, but if it was,
throw it in the trash.
It's a no. It's a no. And it's a beautiful song. She has a beautiful, beautiful voice. She is so talented. And I'm really excited to see if she's going to come out with more music, maybe an album. And, you know, I just got to say that this song was like a hit. I was crying in the club, girl. I was so sad listening to the song. Because then she posted on her Instagram, like, her daughter listening to her song, and it was just so emotional. I was not well because she was like, mama, and then she like hugs her, because I'm sure that Inti is a baby, right? But I'm sure that she has seen her mom cry, because she even said it in the podcast, like, you know, she's seen me cry, but like, it's okay for her to see me cry. And I'm sure that she doesn't understand what's going on, but she has seen her mom's hurt.
Yeah. And also, this has not been that long. This is like, it's only been 9 months since this whole thing happened. Wait, 6?
6 months.
Oh, shit.
Okay, let's give it 8 if it happened in April. 8 months.
That's crazy.
Crazy.
She's gonna thrive. This is literally this as in the sense of like, this is going to catapult her into being her best self. Like, this was the best thing that could ever happen to her, because she is seeing now, like, what a fucking tragedy of a man that was. Yeah. She does not need him. Yeah. She does not need him. And he's going to go and ruin his own life.
Apparently, he's like, and allegedly, very heavy on the allegedly. I've seen it all over Facebook, so I don't know how much I can trust this, okay?
Okay, Facebook is wild.
He is cheating on Angel Aguilar with some other girl.
I would not be surprised.
And that's the craziest thing, is like, we've seen him do this, so it's like, okay, it's not out of the realm of possibilities.
Never.
But, you know, it's crazy
to do all of that publicly and then cheat. That would be insane.
Yeah,
like
and apparently, like, there's like phone like voice memos of her being like, he's my man, but we don't know how true that is, because, you know, AI now exists, so like, you never know.
Yeah, but I wouldn't put it past him.
Yeah, I wouldn't put it past him either.
Never, because he's just kind of trash, if we're being honest. Speaking of trash, which is trash Trevino is what we called earlier. Is it fucked up to say? Absolutely. But I'm going to be really honest. Ash Trevino is so embarrassing, dude.
Yeah, I know. But like, we still keep watching her. Well, at this point, she's showing... Updates. Yeah, at this point, she keeps just popping up on my For You page. And what am I supposed to do? Scroll away?
I don't really go into her live. I watch more like Ash Trevino updates, but like every day it's something new, dude. Every day something new. And honestly, like, I'm so embarrassed for her. Like, one day she's gonna wake up, or maybe not, because she lives in delusion land, and she's gonna be like, maybe I shouldn't have done all that. Because like, not only
the new the song.
Oh my god. She says, what did she say? Something.
You wanna know how it smell? Ask Santos. He know it smell well. The new.
It's so embarrassing, Maria.
I would simply just...
You wouldn't. So I don't even...
No. If I ever...
No.
You better slap the living fuck out of me.
I think it's also crazy that she genuinely believes that people are jealous of her, because she had made that video about Shadi Bae, and she was like, you know what, Shadi Bae, you're just jealous, baby girl. Like, if we're being honest, you're just jealous. And it's like, no one is jealous of you. We're literally so concerned for your children.
You're singing about your new, and if
she was masturbating on live.
Oh my god!
And like, you couldn't see her, but you could hear her, and I'm like, ew.
Do you think she does cocaine? Because sometimes people are saying that she's coked out, and I see it. Like, sometimes just her eyes are just like bulging out of her head.
I don't know. She's always drinking. She's always just like, and she's so ungrateful too. Like, her friend did her makeup, and she didn't even say thank you. Not that that's one of the smaller things, but like, damn. Like,
but as her friends too, you know that they're just writing that shit for clout. Because like, if I was them, I'd be like, hey, let's not be on live 24/7. Where does she go live? Does she have 2 phones?
I believe so, yes.
Oh, okay. And like, what charger does she use? Because she never her phone never dies.
Oh, she's having it charged while she's on the live.
That's insane. Like, that's insane. She's like, it's insane. And apparently her and Santos are no longer friends, or maybe they're still friends. I don't know.
It turns out he's 19. And then she made a video about how like she feels manipulated by him. And I'm like, you're 35. Okay? Doesn't make him a saint, but you're a weirdo. You're weird.
This whole situation's very weird. The song is
jail for that.
Yeah.
And apparently she's had a boyfriend this entire time.
And it's crazy because she'll be like, go and listen to my new song. Like, everyone's making fun of you because of the song. Like,
she's making money still. People are still sending her money. That's crazy. If you are on her TikTok live and you are sending her money, I need you to seek therapy yesteryear. Okay? You need to seek therapy. Why are you sending this woman money? Why are you sending her money?
Yeah.
Why? And like, she's always like, you know, she does the thing where she's like, tap the screen, and it's like, you need to stop. Like, what are you gonna do after this is all done? Like, let's say TikTok gets banned next month, okay? What are you gonna do? Like, what is your legacy? You're going to be the embarrassment of TikTok.
Yeah.
Like, your life, your children, like, to do this to your daughters. To do this to her, like, her daughter was throwing up and she was on live. Did you see that?
Yeah, she was like singing the new song.
And she was like, did it smell like new? Like, ew. And you know when Santos was crying to her because apparently they called the cops.
Yeah.
And it turned out that he was using a fake ID, and that he was actually 19, not 22, and like now he can get arrested for that because he like essentially like forging a military ID is like very illegal. Yeah. I knew it was illegal, but I didn't know how illegal it was. Like, both of them are clowns.
Yeah.
And I can't look away, bitch.
I know. Yeah, it was crazy. Her daughter was throwing up, and like she was like dancing to the new song, and
and she was wearing those extensions with her 3 fucking pelos, dude. She was like 3 hairs, and she was wearing the extensions. And then sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. Then a club in Dallas, fucking Texas, obviously embarrassing as fuck, was gonna have her host, and then like there was like huge backlash from people because they're like, she's apparently made racist comments. I haven't seen her say it myself, but I believe she has.
The other day I was on her live. I joined. Okay, I joined, And someone was like saying stuff like, oh, you got fans in North Korea, and she was like, oh, shout out to North Korea. Like, I was now it's on TikTok, like the clip, but like I was in there, I was in that hoe, like I was in her live in very, very, very short amount of time because I was like, why am I here? But it was the first time that her live had ever come up on my For You page. Usually it's just her videos, people just talking about her and just like the stupid shit that she does. Like when she was like calling Santos daddy and papi and baby, and I'm like, first of all, I thought y'all were friends. Okay.
Yeah.
And he's 19.
That's fucking weird. I'm 31. And even at 25, I would never look at a 19-year-old's way. Like, that's so weird.
Yeah, it's weird.
And she's like comforting him in one of the videos, and she's like trying to be all over him, and he's like, get the fuck away from me. Like, does she not realize that he's only doing this for clout?
Yeah. Like, and apparently there was like a mass unfollowing December 31st. That's happening, you know?
But I don't think people should be following her now.
I know. I don't follow her. Do you?
No.
I'm telling you, the first time that I actually saw her own TikTok was this week whenever I joined the live.
You joined the live?
I know. I did join the live. Don't judge me. But I wanted to see if, like, in present time, I had never experienced that. And now that I have, I will never do that again.
No, it's okay. I think that it piques curiosity because it's such a train wreck, and there's always new information.
Yeah.
Like, she's like putting her like boobs out on TikTok live.
It's crazy, dude. It's crazy. And, you know, I just like, I have no words. And it makes you wonder. So TikTok could potentially still be getting banned.
Yeah.
January 19th. But apparently Trump has passed, what did he do? He asked the Supreme Court to pause the ban. Mm-hmm. And, you know, I'm hoping.
Yeah, hate the man, but I mean, if he does
support the cause.
Support the cause. Which is crazy because in 2020 he tried to have TikTok banned.
I know.
I feel like we have bigger fish to fry.
We do. Ash Trevino being one of them. Just kidding.
But thank you guys so much for joining the podcast this week. We are so excited to come 2025 with new content. We're going to keep you guys posted on the lawsuits, on the drama. Is Ash Trevino going to be unfollowed massively next week?
I guess we'll have to see.
I know. I guess we're going to have to see. But we love you guys so much. And thank you for joining on Instagram and TikTok for now. Because, you know, we don't know. Till January 19th. We're going to be posting till January 19th though. Okay?
For sure.
Morning Chisme Podcast. And if you want to watch on YouTube, it's Morning Chisme Podcast there as well. So we'll see you guys next time. Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.